Professor Nelly. I have my bachelor's in mathematics and somehow found my way into a computational neuroscience PhD program at UC San Diego. Really interested in studying how people learn and how we make flexible decisions, right? This world is incredibly complex.
Hi, my name is Brittany Bronson, and I am a counselor at an independent high school in Los Angeles. I'm also a licensed clinical social worker.
So I'm Lucia. I'm a freshman, and I'm majoring in Cog Sci.
So when you walk into a school building each day, what do you feel emotionally from the students before anyone really even says a word?
That's a great question. And I'm trying to put myself back in there. I think when I first step on campus, there's this exhaustion that I often see as just of students who have stayed up late, students who pulled all-nighters. So I would say exhaustion and stress of the day, how many exams are there, huge projects due, things like that. That's typically what I notice first.
What do you notice most in how your students talk about stress, identity, pressure, and mental health today?
I think there seems to be a disconnect. Our educational system is focused a lot on fact dissemination and perhaps more incorporation of how people can learn, how people can assess information, and how people can grow emotionally intertwined with the traditional education system would really help, I think, youth better adapt skills, develop skills for this really rapidly changing environment.
A lot of people say that Gen Z is the most anxious generation. Is there any truth to that in your opinion?
I think social media, the internet, algorithms in general, they're really a double-edged sword. There's a lot of evidence out there supporting the ideas that, yes, youth mental health, depression, even suicide risk and potential is skyrocketing, especially in teenage women, perhaps through comparison online. There's a flip side though, right? I don't necessarily think we have to get rid of all technology. People have really been able to find communities online.
I think it's built community in terms of the access to quickly being able to connect with multiple people at once. I think for me, that's just definitely happened for me and my friends at UCLA. I think it's made it a lot easier as I've met a ton of different people through classes and stuff. I think technology's been huge because it's giving your socials out or connecting. We use Slack a lot for my clubs, so I think a lot of the connection has come from online communication and not even if you can't meet in person, the ability to do Zoom or do FaceTime calls, I think for me has made it easier to connect with other people even if you're not physically around them or in space. And also it helps to make communication, I think, a lot more, not seamless, but a lot more quick. You can get answers a lot quicker, and I think that's kind of more the extent to my connection is just making communication more seamless, for sure.
People that make art and share art, social media is a really easy way to do that. And I found a lot of friends through that, through feeling and connecting with their art and them connecting with mine and being able to see each other in that way, where I would never have been able to meet them because they're in New York or they're in Brazil or wherever. So I think in that way, yes. And I also think at the same time, I also have felt it has made me feel judged, of course. It's two sides but I feel more so seen than judged because I think because I had access to it so young, I was able to come to terms with social media. I don't feel as though I don't feel as though going on social media is detrimental in that way. I think it's detrimental in the sense that it takes my time from me, and it also makes me very, very focused on the wrong things, other people's lives versus my own and living mine. But it doesn't necessarily make me feel judged in my social media presence.
I think social media can be good, right? It helps connect us in a way. I think it can be a great tool to help learn certain things about different people, different cultures. Should it be the only thing that you based any learning on? Absolutely not. But I think it can be a good thing. However, yes, I have seen like a huge increase in mental health challenges and struggles due to social media. You know, a lot of students will spend hours on social media and just constantly comparing, oh man, this person got in this school, I just got deferred. Oh, this person is so beautiful and so it looks like this, right? And I don't. It's this constant comparison. It's a I'm not good enough. Everybody else, like I hear this all the time. Everybody else gets it. Everybody else is getting all A's and I'm not. Like, look at what this person is doing here. Well, look what they're doing there. And so it can be very harmful, right? When you are constantly comparing yourself, you're on it like for a long period of time, kind of things like that.
How do you see technology shaping how students think and code?
Technology shaping how students think and code. Well, there was a really kind of terrifying paper that came out from MIT this past summer that showed that when students use LLMs, so ChatGPT and Claude, large language model AI assistants to write their essays, their brains show incredibly reduced levels of cross-area synchronization and activation. Basically, your brain sort of goes quiet. They compared this to even using Google searches. Google searching actually involves a lot of cognitive processing, so it still maintains that sort of active brain that you need in order to learn information. But this study showed that even using any sort of LLM or AI tool reduced students' ability to also recall what they wrote. Basically, both behaviorally and neurally, these tools seem to really be degrading our natural capacities. And so I think a lot of students have to keep an eye towards that, and I think it is becoming more widely appreciated that these tools maybe aren't good for all contexts.
Have you felt that using apps and more technological based versions of supporting your mental health have been more beneficial or have seen different signs of benefit?
I feel like for me it's kind of been like less beneficial because I feel like I get very distracted when I'm on my phone, so like when I see like one app or I get a notification, I'll click on that. So I found it's like easier a lot for me to just like write stuff down, or like I've recently like written on a whiteboard just like to take my meds or like to like drink water, because it's like easier for me to just look at that instead of like opening my phone to see that. So I do think like for me like physical like paper and like checking things off has helped me way more than apps.
Are there any like small evidence-based habits that can like genuinely support a healthier brain, or day-to-day healthy brain?
So many. I know it sounds boring, but sleep and exercise are the basic ones. Exercise increases neuroplasticity, increases levels of endogenous or natural like dopamine and serotonin. Sleep is also incredibly important. Weirdly enough, we still don't exactly know why we sleep, but lack of sleep is linked to Alzheimer's and lots of different types of attention and memory deficits. Beyond those things, there are a lot of practices like gratitude practices or mindfulness practices. You don't have to sit there and write a huge list or meditate for an hour a day, but just sometimes kind of coming back to your breath, reminding yourself of the natural world around you, taking your eyes off the screen and looking around. Apparently, even looking at the horizon is very, very helpful for homeostasis and normalizing our visual circuits.